Hi and welcome to the return of 2001 predicted and the road to the 2020 Grand Astral conjunction. In my last prediction, like in the former, I say that will be coming fast events marking the return of the year 2001 in war news and in symbolism. I finished and published that video on 9/11 in a new anniversary of the Twin Towers destruction, and later in the same day the news presented that USA bombed a terrorist island. Soon after they also announced the death of the son of the man blamed for the 2001 attacks, and the news presented attacks on the Middle East with satellite pictures, just like the false evidence from the 2001 terrorist bases. On top of that, one day before was presented the iPhone 11, which is inspired on the monolith from 2001 Space Odyssey, which is an alien artifact aligned with the planets. The same monolith was also the inspiration for the hotel that survived the 2001 attacks right next to the Twin Towers, and is named Hilton, like the space station on 2001 Space Odyssey. All this is because the rulers of economy and mass media follow astrology synchronizations, and in 2020 will close a planetary alignment started on 2001 and that almost complete the day of Notre Dame fire. At the same time, the building replacing the Twin Towers was hit by 12 lightnings and was repeated the terrorist narrative while the ex-president's wife was sailing distracted next to the fire, very similar to the president during 2001. Finally, the cathedral destruction was marked automatically by YouTube as a 2001 conspiracy theory. This is important because the next astral synchronization gate is going to be around September 23rd, the second anniversary of the Great Virgin sign of 2017, when Jupiter entered Virgo for 9 months, just like a pregnancy, aligned with other planets and the moon node or dragon head, fulfilling the Bible prophecy of the woman giving birth to the Savior and get protected from the dragon for 3.5 years, just in time for the crossing of Jupiter through the Great Conjunction. The moon node also represents the energy of a black hole, and that year was announced the alleged discovery of a black hole on the constellation of the Virgin. Virgo also is symbol for health, service and harvest, and that year Trump declared that moment as the week dedicated to health and farm safety. Besides, in the 9/9 prediction, when the planets were transiting Virgo, happened the mass arrest of mothers protesting mandatory vaccines, and was announced the making of the first black hole video for 2020. That same black hole was the first in pictures before the day of Notre Dame fire, when were saved the Virgin and her son. And the cathedral was built on top of Jupiter Temple in France, where the president said he wanted to rule like Jupiter. The day of Notre Dame fire was a great astral sync because not only almost gets completed the conjunction before retrograde, but because it was foreseen by the famous symbolic animation 7 years prior, which shows the coming of an event similar to the fall of the towers in 2001. In the animation, the cathedral spire falls next to a big hole while a Christ figure with eyes on fire sails away, just like the ex-president's wife wearing black on a boat next to the fire. This animation also shows a virgin wearing black with her dying son while a nuclear explosion rises on the back. It is important to clarify that Pluto not only symbolizes destruction by fire, but also nuclear plutonium, which atomic number is 239, the same date as the sign of the Virgin. Therefore, around 239, we can expect another astral sync with these themes in the year of the sign of the Virgin. Right after hurricane season, Trump said it was the calm before the storm, referring to the military threat. Now there is a new hurricane season with military attacks, and Trump proposed to nuke the hurricane in sync with Storm Area 51, the base accused to have aliens. And a politician recently said Trump was like the Wizard of Oz, the famous story of the girl traveling through an hurricane to the land of a wizard who looks like Trump controlling a face similar to an alien with fire mushrooms, like the billboards of Alien and Nuclear Trump in the year of the sign of the Virgin. Even the woman who compared him looks like the woman on the predicted animation standing next to the letters with crooked O and C, or Oz. But that is not all. because Trump not only was called wizard and his catchphrase was MAGA, Spanish for wizard, and was presented as president in the predictive magazine linking him to the magician, but also is revealing that he knows astral magic. On August 20, I made a prediction about Trump in sync with an upcoming alignment on Leo Kingstar, and exactly the next day, Trump screamed to the sky, "I am the chosen one," and retweeted, "He is the King of Kings and the second coming of God." Then he said it was joking, making sure it was symbolic, but it was exactly on the same date of the Great American Eclipse, which happens on the King Star on the year of the sign of the Virgin. This is important for him because his astral birth chart is aligned with the King Star. Nevertheless, this wasn't the only thing that I predicted on that video, because it was approaching the day number 237, which is the murder room on the movie The Shining from the maker of 2001: A Space Odyssey. So I anticipate the resurging of their themes about the space travel, visions of the future, and crimes. And in that moment was announced a movie based upon the real life of a criminal astronaut and the news about the first space crime, along with the game Human Odyssey. In Argentina were protests against going back to the 2001 crisis, while it was the climax of the movie The Idiot's Odyssey, about crimes during the 2001 crisis. Finally, I said Pluto will mark more fires and nuclear threat, and soon follow Amazonia fires and a floating nuclear plant, in sync with the historic novel The Odyssey, about both journeys and the old gods representing the stars. All of this is not just a coincidence, and I don't see the future, but I know that the government from North and South America have revealed belonging to occultist societies which use astrology synchronization to manipulate the population with symbolic events, and they already have the plan called Vision 2020 in sync with the 2020 Grand Conjunction that completes the great cycle from the formation of the societies and countries. So very soon I will explain exactly how this astral magic works, because they use it to deceive. This is just a sample of what is coming. Very good. Before finish, it's important that at the same time I publish this video, Saturn comes out of retrograde, and soon after will also Pluto. So everything that is happening since Notre Dame fire will repeat faster and stronger, and in a couple of months Jupiter, the lucky star of fortune, will be leaving its ruling sign of hope and begin to align with the moon node that is like a black hole that will suck its energy. So a lot of people will get depressed believing that the future is getting destroyed, but you are now prepared for what is coming. At last, the sync of the 239 Virgin Gate is an astral door that is already open, where our spirits that transcend time and space are already connected, so we can project our astral and send a message into the eye of the hurricane to show that we too can change the future and stop the firestorm. I'll see you on the other side of the tunnel. Focus your mind, fire up your heart, and unleash your astral. Thanks for watching. Stay until the end to focus your energy across an astral gate into the next sync, and watch the Great Astral Conjunction series to see the past predictions and all about 2020. I am Del Grande, and I'll see you on the Great Odyssey 2020 Astral.